Chapter 1, The Mandalorian, follows the titular Mandalorian bounty hunter on a mission that will change the course of his life. This story begins 5 years after the fall of the Empire, and we open with essentially George Costanza, if he was a blue alien on an ice planet, in a cantina being harassed by some guys who were really just too interested in his glands. Don't you worry though, Mando breaks it up and saves the day and makes an entrance that instantly solidified him as the face of modern Star Wars for me. He even cuts one guy in half with a doorway bifurcation. Awesome. Unfortunately for our blue friend though, Mando reveals himself to be a bounty hunter, and yes, he is the fugitive he's looking for. As they return to Mando's ship on the ice, however, we learn that this Mandalorian is racist towards droids. So instead of being driven across the ice by a droid, they get in a human-driven speeder that gets attacked by a walrus monster that then attacks the ship as it's trying to take off. Anyway, we see a toilet in Star Wars, I think, for the first time. The fugitive gets himself frozen in carbonite, and the bounty hunter flies to the planet of Navarro to meet Greef Karga. Greef Karga is the leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild. Mando's hungry for a bigger score, and so Greef Karga sets him up with a meeting with a mysterious client. Mando goes and meets this mysterious man who we learn is an Imperial remnant. He's got his own little squad of dirty stormtroopers. He gives the bounty hunter an ingot of Beskar, a precious metal to the Mandalorians stolen during the Great Purge of Mandalore. He gives the ingot as a down payment and offers an entire case of Beskar when the Mandalorian returns. All he's supplied with though is a tracking fob and the target's age, 50 years old. The bounty hunter accepts the mission and then heads back to a hidden group of surviving Mandalorians. There we see the skull of the mythosaur as he goes to meet the armorer. The armorer forges that Beskar ingot into a pauldron, or a shoulder armor for the Mandalorian, saying that the extra metal will go to the Mandalorian foundlings, which triggers a flashback for the bounty hunter, revealing that he himself was a foundling taken in during the Clone Wars. He then heads off to the desert planet Arvala 7. He's immediately attacked by Blurg and then saved by a moisture farmer named Kuil. He gives us one of the best catchphrases from the show.
I have spoken.
He offers Mando his help, teaching him how to ride the Blurg, the only way to travel to the target, and then he arrives at the heavily guarded compound. Then we get a little Taika Waititi jump scare as Mando is forced to get over his droid racism and team up with IG-11, another bounty hunter, to survive and reach their target. This is a great fight for episode 1. I love the way IG-11 moves his body, and they finally break into the bunker to find that their target, their 50-year-old target, appears to only be a baby. IG-11 acknowledges that certain species age differently, informing Mando that he's been instructed to kill his target, not bring it back. And in the tense final moments of the episode, the bounty hunter blasts IG-11 in the head as the baby reaches his hand out to greet him. Make sure you're following as I recap every episode of the series leading up to the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.